on your face. So turn up your speakers like it on your crispiest shoes. Welcome everyone, now let's find out what it do. What it do with your Barry Henry. Hip hop, video games, topics that turn on the brain. What it do with your Barry Henry.
What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the long-awaited return of What It Do with Jabari Henry. Today we're talking about live service games and whether they're good for our gaming community, whether they're going into a downfall or just getting worse. To talk about this with me, I have Daniel Verguez. What's poppin'?
Hey yo, what's up? How you been?
And Andrew Hamilton. What's going on, bro?
What's good? Thank you everybody for tuning in. We got a wonderful show for you today.
Hell yeah, we do. We're back and better than ever. Start us off, live service games. Very quick thing about it, or what they are. Basically a game that essentially never finished. That's about right, guys?
I'd say so.
Essentially, yeah. It's something that's updated like periodically. Games such as like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite's the biggest example. Those will be your live service games. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of the episode, we're going to be talking about if they're going into a downfall, or if they're even ruining games, like as we know it, because they're finding their way into all of our little single player experiences for some reason.
Are we gonna talk about freaking Suicide Squad's Battle Pass? What the fuck
hell
is
yeah,
that?
we're gonna get to that shit. That makes no sense.
You know what else had a battle pass? Bro, Far Cry 6
What?
had a battle pass.
What? I did not even know that.
Yeah, bro.
That's
I finished
crazy.
Far Cry 6. I finished the story and everything, and it has a battle pass in it.
Battle pass for what? Like the online?
Like, and it had like a battle pass for like post-game, post-plot story, whatever, and where you would go around and defeat
What
like
the fuck?
like fortresses throughout the whole map.
So you're saying you have to pay to level up in your fucking video
No.
game
I
now?
mean, that was after the game. That was at the end of the story. You had finished the game, everything.
I guess.
Yeah, this is post game stuff.
Yeah, this
But
is
even
post-game.
Still, like,
But
what?
still, it's a yeah, exactly. It's a story game. See, look, I don't have a real problem with these kind of with what's it called again? With these kind of services.
Live service.
Yeah, with live services for like online games, like PUBG.
I
Fortnite,
sort of have an issue with it, but I'll let you finish and I'll get to that.
like PUBG, Fortnite,
Overwatch.
Overwatch, Warzone.
Call of
The only
Duty,
thing
all
you're
that.
really going to be spending money on is cosmetics, right?
Right.
Mhm.
The only exception that I can think of is Warzone, because in Warzone, if you want to get better guns, they actually fixed that with Modern Warfare with Warzone 2. So actually, I'm talking out of my ass. But I mean, look,
the Battle Pass
the only-
is like $60, like for Warzone 2
is
Wait,
it
what?
really,
or something like that. I'll check right
bro?
now.
That's bufu expensive.
Before we get into like tearing that apart, Daniel, finish your thought.
I mean, look, my point being is that for like if it's an online game, there's no finish. The only thing that you're going to be paying on is cosmetics. Like, that's fine. I mean, it's a free to play game. You're only paying money for cosmetics and just stuff that doesn't really affect your. It's not a pay to win game. So far it's not bothering me. The moment that it becomes pay to win and you're purchasing better equipment throughout the game, then that's a huge issue.
Mm-hmm. I actually have a different take on this, completely, because I think even you can attest to this a bit, Daniel, as
Yeah.
me and you, part of the Overwatch squad. We play like almost every day at this point.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing with live service games, I think it encourages laziness, or
What
at
do you
least taking a lot of shortcuts. All right, catch me, right?
Mm.
So, I preparing for this podcast. I've been doing my research, been looking up different like live service games and how they're going about it. And one thing that I've realized is like a lot of these games, like especially the ones with like big IPs, something like they can fall back on. You know what I mean?
Right.
they release these games into like an unfinished state. So, for example, I believe it was Battlefield.
Yup.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't
Yup.
remember the exact one.
The
it
newest
All of
one,
them,
like
if you really
like-
think about it.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, with Battlefield, actually let me confirm it right now. But with
was it
Battlefield,
what was it like 2072, 2048, something like that?
the recent title, the recent one. But again, I'll look that up and just confirm that. But like with Battlefield,
2042.
2042. The scoreboard, you know, like your KD and all that different stuff wasn't
Legacy
even there at
features.
launch.
Yeah, they called them
Yeah.
legacy features when they
That
got
wasn't
called
there
out
at
on it.
launch. It was a bunch of texture issues, a bunch of like ridiculous glitches, which I guess you could say like, oh, every game has glitches, but this was like absurd.
No, but it comes off as unfinished. Yeah.
Exactly at that point. And like, of course, they're like, hey, this is just season 1, and things are gonna get better. And the thing is, they update the game with things that probably should have been there in the beginning. Like, oh, season 3, here's our big update. We have a KD board. And everyone's like, oh shit, the KD board's here. It should have been there from the get-go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's
They've
like,
actually.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt. I just
No,
wanted
go
to say,
ahead.
like, as a longtime Battlefield fan,
Mhm.
they've been doing this for the past like 13 years. Every
Really?
single Battlefield comes out unfinished. All of the Battlefields have had a premium, like a little battle pass, and like I know DICE is from Sweden, so they have much better like employee rights.
Yes.
And so they have to have like a month off, and they're forced to take that in December after the game releases.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would have to wait until January to work on the game and finish it. But dude, every single next game kept making more and more money. It was really 2042 that they really got punished for it, but they were going way too far. No scoreboard, game completely does not work, and like can't even see the enemies sometimes. I mean, but it's like I don't even think it's laziness. I think it's on purpose. That's what I'll say.
I mean, what's it called? I was watching a video, on YouTube where it was actually a phenomenal video, dissecting basically what's going on with like the live service games and how essentially, like Andrew said, they're either purposefully releasing them unfinished, or like they know they're just gonna update it as time goes on, so they'll just bring whatever content back to the game as like a big quote unquote fresh new update. I'll find the video right now, but essentially this is a big thing that's been going on, like with most of the live service games out there, and like it's even like, for better or worse, it's plaguing a lot of the ones that are just releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like obviously Battlefield was able to rebound off of its name alone. So the big Battlefield guys stayed for the game because they're loyalists. They're not gonna go anywhere until like it's tragically bad and like they see no change. But like that's the thing with live service games, is as time goes on, you just they give you little snippets here and there, and just to kind of keep you and string you along.
And I really don't think it's gonna work out for them. I think it might be right now, but
I hear it's like
there's
a
gonna
lot
come a
better now.
point-
That's what I'm hearing.
Well,
I
the
don't
thing
know.
about
I
it is
guess
that
it varies
it
game to game. Sorry to interrupt.
promises longevity,
Yeah.
right? Because like eventually you're gonna get just better updates to where it feels like a completed game. Because
It'll never be complete. That's the thing.
But I mean, yeah, it should be playable with the bare necessities.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if they want to add in like different stuff as the game progresses, as stuff goes forward to keep people in, then that's
Yeah.
different. Because like when Warzone came out, it worked. It worked perfectly well. The gunplay was there. The game was
Mhm.
finished. Yeah, there was. I mean, every game has buffs and nerfs, but the game was there. But as the game grew and like they had quality of life changes, they added resurgence mode later on in its life. They added different types of game modes throughout, but in terms of like Battlefield, that comes off as very lazy.
Especially a big franchise like that. Also,
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
Act Man. That's the name of the channel, and the video's name
Oh
is The
yeah.
Problem with Live Service Games. It is a phenomenal video. If you got like 27 minutes to spend, I was doing my research on this. It was very good. But yeah,
Absolutely.
beyond that, with it coming out unfinished, which again is an issue and has been happening with a lot of games. Battlefield, Halo Infinite. I believe it came like the first season was very rough with Halo Infinite. It's been getting better. Andrew, I don't know about you. You played that game.
Yes, I have way too many hours in that game. I can go off about the entire
dabbled.
life of that game.
But you can
So
attest for like Halo and like it's at least Halo Infinite, the rough
it's
standings of where it is.
Halo is your toxic ex that keeps promising you it'll change, and then for the first week it actually does feel like it changed, and then
That's crazy.
that's
That's
it, and
Overwatch
you
for
just
me. That's wild.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
bro.
yeah, it's this crazy psychological loop that they know they have these gamers in because of their ties to these
Hmm.
titles, and they know exactly how to work it, you know? Gaming is a business. If they found a way to make more money, they're taking it.
Yeah, 100%. I also think like another one of my like big problems with like the live service genre is that a way to say it, like a genre? Not a
No, I don't
genre,
think it's a
right? But
genre
like
because it applies to
live
a
service
lot of
practice. How
different
about that?
I'd
Live
say
service
yeah.
genres.
practice.
Yeah,
And one of my
yeah.
biggest problems about that is
Yeah.
the fact that like okay, so for example, there's a game. It was called Rumbleverse. It's basically like a battle royale beat 'em up game, fighting game, such like that. But that's not the important part. The game shut down. This live service game, it shut down within 6 months of his lifespan. Only 6 months. Only 6 months. It shut down, and
That's
people
pretty
already
short.
bought, like costumes. People bought all the cosmetics, like Daniel was saying earlier in the podcast. They bought all that kind of stuff, and the game shut down. And wow, 6 months, and like you can't even go back and play the game anymore. And all that stuff that you spent
Now
on
that
is
just
just
hurts
gone.
so bad.
So like it's not like what's it called? Persona 4. I love that game. My favorite of all time. I don't purchase anything in the game, but there's one thing I can tell you: that game's always gonna be there.
Yeah, but that's just that to me just sounds like the business failed. I mean, if
Hmm.
you're gonna dissect it, like what's the difference between you going to a
Hmm.
gym, for example? You get a membership for the gym, and then 6 months later, no one buys enough memberships, so
Hmm.
the gym has to close.
Uh-huh.
That's what that comes off as, you know.
It just doesn't.
Like
Okay, go on.
if we're like it just the game failed. That's what it came off as. Like it people to run. You have to keep in mind these games feed off of people playing consistently online and playing every day or having a fan base playing every day
And just to make
to
some
sustain
progress,
itself,
yeah.
you know, because that it just to make money to make progress. So if no one's playing the game, what's the point of having the servers on? That's the same reason why Nintendo's closed off all these like
eShop
old
stuff and
school
things like
online servers for the
that.
DS, yeah, for the Wii and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's the same thing. So like I it makes sense to me why they closed because no one played their freaking game, but that's on them as well because like that's
Mhm.
obviously bad marketing.
100%. Mind you, with Rumbleverse, honestly, they did a class act move. I'll give it to them. With Rumbleverse, they're actually like refunding people their money, which is like
That
very
is something you do
surprising.
not see
That's
every
not
day.
something you
That
would
is
expect.
that's crazy. That means they chose to like sacrifice the game in order to refund people their money,
Basically, I'm guessing
right? Like if they have the money to refund people, that's money they could have used to like keep the servers alive or advertise the game. They thought of the
Well,
fan
that's
base first, and that's really sweet.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not
that's something that you
hear
don't hear.
very often at all.
But like,
Oh no, I get
point
your
still
point. I get your
stands.
point.
That to me just. But like, and
Alright, go ahead.
let's use another game for example. For like Apex, for example. that game started pretty bare for the most part. I mean, to be honest, it's essentially the same game. The gameplay has not really changed except for like maybe 1 or 2 or 3
New
game modes,
heroes,
but even
stuff
then
like
those
that.
are all like limited time. Yeah. That's basically all it does, but like it's still going. The business is still popping. The only thing that it closed was
Yeah, the
what
mobile
was it,
service very
the mobile
recently.
service, the mobile game, the mobile version. Yeah, but that's just the thing. No one was playing online. No one was playing the mobile service. It was there, but like they realized, okay, that's just either the mobile what's it called?
Um,
The port?
Sector, whatever,
no, not
franchise,
franchise.
not franchise.
Mobile. Yeah. We'll
The
go
mobile
with that.
market, that's the word. The mobile market is not ready for games like that, and that makes sense. Because who plays on their phones except for like little kids and moms playing Candy Crush?
I'll object actually because Call of Duty Mobile is doing really well. Right now they're recycling just all of the fan favorite maps. So you'll get everything from Black Ops 2 and I can't name them off the top of my head because
Yeah.
it's been so long. But Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, 3, Black Ops 1, and they have all the guns and it seems to be actually like a, just like a pretty decent experience.
But I mean, the point still stands. I think at least my point still stands. I don't think service games are bad essentially because you're getting a game for free for the most part. The only thing that you really have to worry about playing is online, or for paying is online. So and 9 times out of 10 you're going to be paying for that anyways.
So what do you say? It's only like an issue, like say, Avengers. Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah, that's
you paid like
the
$60
worst.
for
That
that
game-
game,
even
and like
happened.
it shut down. I think it was either earlier this year or it's shutting down very soon. But like you paid $60 out
I think it's about
out
to.
the gate for that game, and for then to get continuous updates. And I don't think did Spider-Man ever release? Did he?
Yeah, he did. He released, and it was like compared to Spider-Man PS4, it's just abysmal. Everyone and it wasn't even laughable. It was just like, oh yeah, like I guess they tried, and then no one talked about it ever again.
I mean, even then, that the gameplay for that game was not the most, like the most entertaining. It's a grind fest.
Uh-huh.
It's the same issue I have with Destiny, and I don't know how people still play that game. But anyways, but like majority of the ones that are still alive, that are still successful,
Yeah.
that are still going, are free to play. Overwatch is now free to play. Apex has always been free to play. Warzone itself is free to play, but comes with Modern Warfare to purchase to add on to it. But that's a different issue in my opinion. Rocket League is now free to play. Fall Guys is free to play. PUBG
No, it
has always
wasn't.
been. Oh no, PUBG wasn't always free to play. That's a lie. It is now free to play though.
It's no wonder the live service free to play model got popular because people can now try the game before they invest money into it. But there is definitely a point where it just gets toxic and a bit manipulative.
Oh yeah, because now or what was it? I saw something about people like a country. Was it a
Country?
country against Fortnite or something? Someone was saying that no, like there was in the news that Fortnite was deemed almost addictive as like a drug to little kids, something like that. Hold on, I'll look it up.
That actually sounds hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but did you guys hear about that?
Actually, have not heard about that at all.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Let's keep talking. Daniel, you look it up as we
Yeah.
as we keep going through this thing.
Oh, hold on, I found it.
Okay, go on.
Quick Google search. Fortnite was sued for being too addictive, but it was never proven. But, yeah, that was what I was thinking. That was what I was talking about.
That's a hell of a flex if you're a developer. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, parents were suing Fortnite for finding it too addictive, though the court finds that there is no evidence for these allegations of the deliberate creation of an addictive game. What was I saying? Or like another point to add to it, like most of these games, the real only thing you really have to pay for is cosmetics,
Mhm.
skins, costumes, stuff like that. Nothing that'll give you an edge against anybody else except for like flexing that you're rich.
Yeah. Shout out to Overwatch.
And like exactly, but like look at me for example. I refuse to pay for skins. I refuse. I refuse.
I refuse to pay for
I
them
will
either.
not spend a single. I will not spend money on a game that is free to play.
Mm-hmm.
I think
So
it's gonna evolve into something horrific where you pay full price for a game and you're just gonna have to keep buying the battle pass if you want the full game. And I know I'm talking like that's in the future while this has been happening for a decade now, but
well, that's just the free to play game. I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
pay to win game. If
I-
you have to pay for the battle pass to play the game, that's no different than like paying for lives in like Candy Crush or something like that.
That's really dumb.
You were saying?
Andrew?
who me? Oh
Yeah.
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 I was thinking more so of like, think of, I guess, either Call of Duty or Halo. These games have like a $60 price tag to them, and then you have all of these free to play elements in a paid game. And if you ask me, it's not stopping them from getting lazier and lazier. And
I mean, yeah.
I just think about how like all of these companies of entertainment are sticking with these like nostalgia titles, and how I wish I could name the example I'm thinking of.
You mean
but
like maybe they're doing
it
nothing
might
like
be-
new or no new
like there's
IPs? Is that
nothing
what you're
new.
saying?
There's nothing new, and everyone is recycling things that they are certain like people have a fan base for.
Oh, I mean, is this
mean-
kind of like akin to like all the new remakes coming out and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's just like a remake era if you think about it.
Oh no, we're
Yeah.
100% in a remake
mean, the-
era, and I'm like
Yeah.
definitely buying into it. Come on, Final Fantasy, the Resident Evil
So
games,
good.
Resident Evil 4 remake is gonna be bomb. I know it is. It's gonna be fire.
I mean, it's gonna end up being like Hollywood.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, pretty much. But hey, honestly,
like,
we're
I
all
think-
helping them out, you know.
Yeah,
Daniel, how many times have you bought a remake of a Pokemon game?
it's so true.
So like,
Bro.
oh,
And I still stand by Brilliant Diamond. I think that's a class act game. I don't care what
hey,
anybody
Daniel,
says.
I think Resident Evil 2 remake is one of the best like horror games of all time. So like,
I bought it too,
That's
so I'm
right.
excited to try that out.
dog, you're gonna love it. That thing's
I was gonna
amazing.
say though, I think there's a difference when you make the game free to play and then you have to pay $60 to play one of these service games. Because like, if you're getting it for free, you're getting what you pay for, which is nothing. You know, like you have no reason to complain about how crappy anything is because you're getting it for
Mhm.
free. At the end
Which
of the day, you
sucks.
can just uninstall
I
and
think
get
that
something
honestly,
else.
honestly encourages the developers to like really slack off a little bit with their stuff. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I mean,
if they can
like,
say
hey,
like,
this is
oh, if you don't like it, don't play.
exactly like, hey, this is free, like whatever. Like, it doesn't encourage them to like do much better, you know?
I can't disagree with it because I mean this is probably my economic side, my college side coming out,
Yeah.
but like you're getting the same bang for your buck that you're spending, which is
Mhm.
nothing. So like what harm is it to you that if you're not
But I
spending
also say if
anything,
you're not,
going to spend some
I'd
time
also
on
say
it.
if you're not putting effort or you're not like listening to everyone's demands, like, and they're not spending money, because if they're not spending money, you don't have what it takes to like actually like continue, you know,
Oh yeah,
bring
yeah.
out the game.
That's,
So like,
and that's
in
another thing.
the other way, you know, like you have to like meet these demands eventually, because eventually they're just gonna get fed up and they're just gonna stop playing altogether. Which even like
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'd say like I love Overwatch. I truly do. I've loved it since high school and everything. Even in high school, I stopped playing Overwatch 1 eventually. I stopped playing around when like I think
Same.
Ash came out. I stopped playing. So like eventually I'm gonna stop. Eventually we're all gonna stop playing these games, you know? And they're all gonna
Yeah,
be like,
right.
oh, it's good,
It's-
it's good while it lasted and stuff like that. Eventually, you know, you would hate to see it, but potentially maybe the servers fall. The only one I don't see that happening with is like Fortnite.
Well, you know what's happening with Modern Warfare and, you know, Call of Duty now? They said this is going to be the Call of Duty for 2 years. And now that the player base is 10% of what it was at launch, 10%,
Yikes.
you know, they're like, okay, well, we're having a new Call of Duty this year. Because they completely are missing their little profit projections about their little store.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, I guess the only way we can really make money is keep releasing these games like they've already started reusing whole ass titles, whole ass stories, making them longer for no reason, not better than the original. Original Modern Warfare 2 story is absolutely blowing this one out of the water, even if this one's got graphics.
Is that point kind of subjective though?
Maybe. I have a few reasons why I could say the campaign was better back then than it is now. But I'm saying, like, how much are they gonna nostalgia milk people, for their yearly $60 revenue? They've gotten lazy.
There's always a market.
Always a market.
It's what they expect, and they're just not trying anymore.
Call of Duty is a household
really
name.
not.
If Mario came out with a live service game tomorrow, Nintendo's are
Oh.
jumping on that.
Oh God.
It's on the phone. But I mean, to your point, there's always a market for it, Andrew. They're not going to stop until like the whole everybody in the world is like, no, we don't want anymore. We want something new.
It's really not going to
Yeah.
stop until we
Happen, 'cause-
answer with, like, a lack of better term, our wallets and our time. Because it's going to be a big thing of, like, we don't spend the money, and if we just stop playing the game altogether, there's no point. They're seeing it's not working. And it's if they re-release, not re-release, but, like, make a new title, it's up to us, like, if we see already, like, what they're doing, to just not play the game. To begin with, for them to actually, like, be like, okay, this is what we need to do. We actually need to put effort into our next title.
Yeah, because here's the thing, and the difference between like these free-to-play games and these pay-to-play games. If you have to pay, and you still come out with a crap game like Avengers, that's horrible. But if it's free to play, and then these people actually make an effort to make their game interesting, make it where they want people to come back, that's a whole different story, and that ends up being more profitable in the long run. Now the issue is that this pay to win, this free service kind of games, they really benefit from an online kind of standpoint, because people will play the same game online over and over and over and over and over again. Bro, I've spent hundreds of hours on Apex. I've spent hundreds of hours on Warzone, and now I'm spending hundreds of hours on Overwatch. But it still has me. It still has me by my balls. I'm still playing.
I mean, it all comes down to gameplay, right?
Like,
And especially
yeah,
the
exactly.
beginning. Because I think if your game isn't coming out the gates, like, feeling fun, and it's a reason why, like, Overwatch and why, like, Battlefield and Call of Duty, Halo are doing so well, is because we're familiar with the gameplay. We know what it is. We know what we're getting ourselves into. Now it's just free. You know what I mean? Now,
But
like,
here's
with
the difference,
something...
though.
Yeah.
Here's
let me
the
finish my
difference.
point real quick, Daniel. Alright, now, like, something like Knockout City. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was like a Nintendo Direct. It was basically like a dodgeball game, like a dodgeball, like battle royale kind of game, and it was actually really fun. I tried it out for a few times, but, like, was it something that I felt like I would needed to stay and play? Not really. But it did actually have, like, a decent, like, big player base. But it's a brand new title, and this is a brand new style of game. This live service stuff. At that point, it just kind of comes down to, Danny, you brought this point up earlier, and it's just marketing. And, like, getting it out there to find that actual audience to, like, keep pushing the game forward. Fortnite made a very simple concept, very simple gameplay, just built on that, and from there, it is where it is today. Fortnite's kind of like, not a diamond in the rough, but, like, it's a new IP that was able to, like, truly skyrocket and truly, like, ham in what it wanted to do. In, like, every aspect. As much as you want to say it's cringy and stuff like that, like, as much as you want to say it's cringy, it got what it needed to get done. I'll go around and start.
But what I was gonna say is, like, people feed off of, like, nostalgia 100%. But the thing that I think the thing that also makes a huge difference is, if, like, the gameplay still has to be solid, regardless if it's a repeat of old game styles, to keep people coming in. And my example being, Overwatch is essentially the same bar, maybe like a new game mode and a few new characters and a couple like reworks and buffs. Cool, but the gameplay's still solid and it's still there. The difference the difference is that Battlefield 2040, 42, 48, whatever it is, it's essentially the same style of gameplay and everything, but they just didn't they didn't give a shit. They didn't care. And it suffers for it because I remember the big hype around it when it was about to come out. All the streamers were like, "Oh my god, Battlefield 2042, it's coming out. It's going to be super exciting. Oh, I can't wait to stream this for you guys. Oh, look, the beta looks great, guys. Oh my god, I can't wait for it to be finished."
They nailed the marketing without a doubt.
They nailed the marketing.
And then the beta was
game ended up-
wonky, and everyone was like, "Well, you know what? It's the beta. It'll
It's
be
a beta.
fine."
It's
was
a beta,
not fine.
exactly. No, and then the game comes out and it's complete shit, and everybody dropped it. No one's talked about it. I haven't heard anybody talk about it until today.
Yeah.
Until today, until the three of us are having this conversation to put out onto the internet, I have not heard anybody talk about
A quick
the latest Battlefield,
Yeah.
the latest Battlefield game.
Yeah, right now it's in the state it should have been at launch. That's all I'll say. And there's like DLCs, sure, you know, I genuinely can't even exclude that because they cut the whole campaign for the multiplayer, and let me tell you that multiplayer was ass. And that's all I need to say. And then everyone left, and then they're like, "Oh, no worry, everyone's gonna come back." No, the fuck. Like, no, that was just a huge slap in the face in front of all that marketing, all that nostalgia bait. Like, it's super, super irritating. I think
No, 'cause
yeah.
one-
Oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah, just to add to you, because once you lose the base, the fan base, once you alienate it and lose it, it's almost impossible to get it back.
Yeah.
But you were saying?
I think the reason why Call of Duty is still alive is because the game like is still functional, and I really think the title is just everything. People like Modern Warfare 2, the greatest Call of Duty game, the greatest like time of my life that I can remember. Yeah, like definitely gonna give it a try. Let me tell you, I played it for maybe like 20 hours tops, and I was like, I really should not have bought this game. Like, I don't even know how to begin to describe. I don't know if I want to make you guys sit down for that.
Sounds like another.
But it's-
sounds like another
it's-
episode to me. We could just run through that.
I'm so happy you
Ah,
told me that
yikes.
because I was considering buying it, but now I'm not.
Yeah, no, I got nostalgia baited. I was like, you know what? I really haven't played Call of Duty multiplayer in a long time, and you know what? It's not that good, and it was pretty disappointing.
We might be winding down on time right now, but there's one thing I did want to like ask about because Andrew, you mentioned it earlier, and I said we were gonna get back to it later, and that's the whole like battle pass and like these single player games that are coming out, i.e., the new Suicide Squad game, which seemingly has a battle pass in it for some reason. I don't even know what they would do. I don't know what model they're gonna
I
go
think
with.
they're just
Go on.
milking it. They're
Go on, Andrew. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying they're milking it, and there's good businesses and bad businesses. You know, like that one live service game we just talked about that went out of business. Although I'll call them a good business because they refunded their customers. That's crazy. But there's
They have
businesses
good,
that
they have good
succeed and
morality, but
businesses
they're not a
that
good
fail.
business.
It's like as simple as that. And like Suicide Squad Battle Pass, stupid fucking move. Like no matter how you put it, I don't know who pitched that. I don't know who signed off on that. It's, you know, just super out of touch. And they
Wait. Is this the Suicide Squad game that was like advertised that the Suicide Squad is going to kill Superman and stuff like that?
yeah, that's it.
That has a no. I
Yeah.
was looking forward to that.
I mean, like, I'm just gonna wait and see how it like works out. Cause, bro, I've been wanting like a new like solid Rocksteady game for a very long time.
Bro, I'm still waiting for a solid DC game that's not a fighting game. Oh my
True.
god.
I mean, hey, I still go back and play Arkham City from time to time.
Oh, very true. Batman Arkham
There
holds
hasn't
up.
been one since.
I know. No, Arkham Knight was okay.
Eh,
Was
I
I?
didn't finish it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't. Oh, the Batmobile missions, I couldn't deal with it.
Here's the thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Why? If it's a single player game, why are you adding a battle pass mechanic if it doesn't make any sense. Like
Okay,
it
so
makes
play-
sense to
Like
where
Far Cry,
I'll let you
like
finish.
Far
I'll let
Cry
you finish.
did,
I'll let
right?
you finish. I'll check
Yeah,
it.
Far Cry 6 did the same thing. It's stupid.
Mhm.
But here's my point. Here's my thing. It kind of it makes me feel like back in the day when online was new and shit,
Mhm.
and like if you were to get like a game like what kind of game? Let's use like the original. No. Let's just use Modern Warfare 2 for an example because I can't
Okay.
think of anything else.
All right.
You know, like you would buy the game, and you know, old school shooter games, they're couch co-op games. You know, you play with somebody next to you,
Split
and
screen.
you get to shoot
all
everybody,
that, yeah.
and yeah, split screen exactly.
Mhm.
And then, but now you have online, and like, oh my gosh, I can play with my friends, and they don't have to come over, and I don't have to spend time, and blah 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 blah. I could just hop on at any point. And remember Ratchet and Clank, how they used to have multiplayer games, and they had a small online window,
Yeah.
something like that, like the old school PlayStation games,
Mhm.
something like that, where they're trying to harken back to that, but there's no point anymore because now they're just making online games for the sake of being online games.
And one thing
I'm happy with those. I'm happy with those being free.
Uh-huh.
You know, because like I'm not gonna because I'm already paying for online.
Yeah.
But like to not pay anything to play with my friends on a different game, that's fine.
Mhm.
Pay for cosmetics, that's great,
Mhm.
cool. But if I'm playing like The Witcher 3, for example, and they ask me to get a battle pass for the game, for a story game, for like none other than like for my own enjoyment and just to like I've already paid a certain amount to play this game.
Mhm.
Why do I want to pay another $10 to pay for something cosmetic that really doesn't affect anything, and I'd rather work towards it and get like that sense of accomplishment for completing it, you know, for completing games, missions, whatever.
One thing
It just
to
makes
kinda
no
play,
sense.
Kind of play a little bit of a devil's advocate, right? Okay, let's say the Suicide Squad, right? Granted, we do not know how the battle pass works yet.
It's still fucking stupid.
I think it's stupid too, but again, play the devil's advocate. Say the game, wonderful. You know, game comes out, very fun. Somehow it's better than Batman Arkham City. I don't think it's gonna happen, but still, somehow it is. And like, you know, you kind of want more from the game. Battle pass is right there. In theory, you know, this game can last for as long as like, you know, everyone keeps supporting it. In theory. Like, what is that is that such a bad thing?
I think it's misguided for a single player like story game. Like,
Exactly.
why would you want people to replay the story like over and over unless you have like 100 endings? Like even Detroit Become Human, you get the endings you're interested in, and I'm done.
Would it be a different thing if they do a battle pass, but you're actually getting story content with it? Would that be a bad
That's
thing?
fucking
I guess
stupid.
then I
Would
feel
be.
like they
That's
wrote the
fucking
game and then cut it
stupid.
in half.
Because my thought process, I
That's
don't know if you
fucking
guys
stupid.
remember Mass Effect 3 when that came out.
Why?
Right.
Well, let me
If
just
you
let me
if
cut
you
you
remember
off real
if you
quick.
remember that
Why?
the actual like base game of Mass Effect 3, I think this is like the rumblings of like how this stuff kind of started. Because
Hold on, because like I think that's fucking stupid. Why am I going to pay a full price for a game and then pay another like quarter of it to play more of the same game? Why are you not giving me the whole package straight up in the
that's what I
full
was getting
price?
to.
That's fucking stupid.
Which the full
That's
price is still the
fucking
same
stupid.
price as
60,
it's been.
70 bucks.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you're gonna tax me for another 10, 15 bucks to get more of the game? Bro, why isn't that just part of it? That should not be like that should not this is also an issue I have with DLC. Now granted, if the DLC is like like in the Arkham City games where it's like a little side story
Then it
or
should
a
be
little
perfectly
epilogue, but like everything all it should be fine. But if you're gonna chop up the story and sell me it in parts, but still charge me a full price game on top of that,
Not to rush you, Daniel.
you're
but
fucking
can you,
horrible. I hate you.
Your point? Can you just? Okay.
That's it.
Cool,
That's
cool,
it.
cool, cool,
That's
cool.
it. That's it. I hate it.
Yeah,
That's
I agree
fucking
with you.
stupid.
I agree with you. Just to let you know. Just wanted to play the devil's advocate for a bit. But on that wonderful note, that is the ending to this beautiful episode of What to Do with Jabari Henry. I'd like to thank Daniel and Andrew for joining me on this episode. You guys are awesome. You're beautiful.
Thank you for having
Thank you for
us.
having me.
Always, always, always. And I definitely want to have you guys on much more. Get your money up, not your funny up. Bye bye.